Woo! All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. Full Spigen case lineup review for the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Before I get started, you already know, man, a huge shout out to Spigen for dropping me these cases to check out for the S22 Ultra. So we're going to go ahead and step through each and every one of these, man. If this is your first time through the channel, this is the way I do it. I go from least protection to the most protection, do my little rundown, and then we're going to get you up out of here, all right? If you're looking for a particular case, timestamps are in the video, man, because I know some of y'all are not going to watch this whole video. Might be a long one, but let's go ahead and get into it, man. The first one we're going to go ahead and start off with is the Thin Fit. All right, so taking a look at the Thin Fit, as you can see, you got a little bit of rigidity, not too flimsy when it comes to this case like this. This is going to be on the inside, not really too much going on the inside. And taking a look at the back, is going to be that smooth, kind of matte feel. Feels really good, man. You get a little Spigen cut out right there, all right? We're going to run through the buttons and everything like that once we go ahead and slap it on the phone. Now, I do want to give you a little heads up. I am running the white stone dome tempered glass screen protector. So I know a lot of you out there probably want to know if it's compatible. This is what we're rolling with. And if you want to see the install of the white stone dome, I'll be sure to link it above so you can go check that video out and follow my detailed step-by-step instructions. All right, so let's go ahead and slap the Thin Fits, and let's go from the bottom. Let's snap the Thin Fit right here on the S22 Ultra, and that's what we are looking like. All right, nice little case, keeping the thing subtle, keeping everything very minimalistic if you don't want to add a bunch of bulk to your case. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. On the top side is going to be completely closed with that little microphone right there. You already know left side is also completely closed. You can see all of your cutouts down here are good. You get a big opening for your S Pen, so you don't even have to think about it. You can easily get that S Pen out with no worries. On that right side, power button, volume up and down feel very good, and they do have air slits in them in case that's what you want to know about. And also look at those cameras. Those cameras are protected in there, and they all have a little lip, as you can see right there. So when you put it down face down, you'll definitely be good. Those cameras are protected because we already know that's one area that leave people with a little bit of concern when it comes to the S22 Ultra cameras. You'll definitely be good with this case right here. Now, taking a look at that lay on the tail protection. Now, even with that white stone dome tempered glass screen protector, it has raised lips on the top and on the bottom. When it comes to the side of these cases, you're not going to get a lot of protection that wraps around the sides. So that's just something to think about. So it doesn't feel too bad when we are talking about the little lip protection. You have tiny lips on the front and bottom. Sitting it face down, you shouldn't be worried about anything, especially damaging that screen. You definitely should be good. Or it just use a tempered glass screen protector. All right, so that's something to think about right there. Now, setting it down, let's see if you get any rocks. I know a lot of people want to see me do rock tests. So that's the rock on the top and bottom. Here's the on the bottom. So the rock is very minimal with this case right here. Now, let's go ahead and check about how it feels and how it fits on the phone. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the pull and tug test. You got a little flimsy material up here, so it's going to pull fairly easy up here. Coming along the sides, you're going to have a little bit of give right where those buttons are. Of course, this side is going to be completely stiff because you don't really have too much to pull on or anything like that. Very stiff coming along the sides. On the bottom, you are going to get a little bit of droopage right there. All right, I do wish this was a little bit of a tighter fitting case, but it's not super terrible. So the fit isn't too bad. You're going to get a little bit of droop in those expected areas, but I feel like it kind of will snap back over time and you don't have to really worry about it. Now, how does it pop on the phone? Like, is it a tight fit? And this is a nice, confident fit, all right? Like, it pops all around, and it has a nice, confident fit that goes all around. And this actually feels really, really good. I might actually leave this on my 22 Ultra. Very nice feeling case right there. And how does it feel in your hands? Feels pretty good. It keeps the phone fairly thin, all right? When you're talking about thickness, man, you're not really getting too much thickness with this. This is going to be the thinnest case that Spigen offers, so it's something to take a note of, aka the name Spigen Thin Fit. So you know it's not going to add that much bulk. On the back, you know it's kind of has that smooth material, so that you know that's going to show a little bit of that grime on your fingers and different things over time. But as a grip, you know, it's not too bad. You know, it's not too slippery. I think it is pretty much okay. And it does add a lot of heft to the phone because you already know the S22 Ultra isn't the lightest phone out there on the block. All right, let's go ahead and also bring our Spigen wireless charger. And if you want to know something about this, man, I'll make sure to leave the link to this down in the description below. Drop it down on wireless charging. It works just fine. So here it is, man. This is going to be the Spigen Thin Fit, the thinnest option that Spigen out there has to offer for the S22 Ultra. All right, next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the Liquid Air. All right, now this one almost could have been the #1 case for being like the thinnest case because this is the more of a flimsier side. All right, this is not as rigid as the Thin Fit, so it's something to take a note of. So when you're looking on the inside, you're going to get that classic Spigen kind of design on the inside, so that's going to look very good. And on the back side, you get that classic Liquid Air kind of cuts. They have a whole bunch of like a little triangle cuts. You get those same cutouts for those cameras right there, and yeah. But one thing that I do love about the Liquid Air is they do include grips that goes along on both sides of the actual case. And we'll talk about that when we get to that part. So let's go ahead and slap the Liquid Air in here and let's go ahead and take a look. All right, now most of these cases are going to hide the color of your S22 Ultra. We know we have some beautiful colors out there. We'll get in some more clear case options, but anything that's not clear, you're going to be hiding that beautiful color on your S22. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Top is going to be completely closed and smooth. You get that little cutout for your camera. That's not a camera. You get a cutout for your microphone. On those sides, just like I said, completely closed. You get those grips. On the bottom, just like before, you get easy access to your S Pen. All of your cutouts are big. Everything is good. Nice volume up and down button. Very nice. Tactile. Nothing going on right there. And you get that power button, which is textured, which that feels very well, very good being a textured power button. So I really like the feel of that power button. That feels definitely good. And taking a look at that back, just like the Thin Fit, you get those little bitty raised lips that go around the camera, so you're definitely good if you were to put this on the ground, on the face back, putting on the back. You get what I'm saying, man. You definitely are protected with those camera lenses, so good thing to see right there. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the lay on the table protection, all right? So top and bottom, as you can see, they have their own lips down there, so you're definitely good, kind of just like the Thin Fit, so you see you do get a little bit of lay on the table protection, all right? Now, let's go ahead and talk about how it fits on the phone. So let's start with that top pull test. It gives a little bit, but it's a more firm than the Thin Fit. All right, you're gonna have a little bit more firm grip when it comes to that Liquid Air. Like I said, even on the sides right here, it's gonna be a little bit more firm. Coming down to the sides, it does kind of peel off the corners a little bit easy. That's what you can expect from most of these cases that doesn't have a super firm grip. You're gonna get a little bit of that peelage kind of easy when it comes to the side. And coming down to the bottom, very firm, and it gives a little bit right there where that Type-C connector is. So overall, pretty nice fit. When they're not super tight fitting cases, you kind of got to deal with a little bit of that, but that may not be a deal breaker for you. Second, to see how it pops on the phone. Pops on the phone, pretty demanding. No really hard snaps because this is not a hard snap type case, but all the corners pop up there, has good authority, feel like it's going to hold the phone well, so you don't have to worry about it slipping off or doing anything like that. Now, how does the phone feel in your hands? And I really love the feel of the Liquid Air just because they have these grips on the sides. Those grips make all the difference when holding this phone because it is a bigger phone, so you already know you need something to contain this big joker, so that feels good when you were talking about those grips. Keeps the phone thin. All right, this is going to be another thin case from Spigen. After this, we're starting to go to a little bit of the thicker ones, but this is still on that thin side if that's what you want to rock with. Nice texture material on the back. Not really going to show too much because it is a little bit of a texture, and that could kind of help with the grip a little bit. Rocking it. Here's a bottom test. And here's that top test. So you don't really get a lot of rock, especially with these cameras and how they got everything even. You're pretty much good when you are talking about rocking it, all right? Bringing the wireless charge over here. Works just fine with wireless charging. So here it is. This is going to be the Spigen Liquid Air. All right, next up is going to be the Rugged Armor. And I call this just the bigger brother to the Liquid Air because they're going to be very similar. Honestly, I almost say it's basically the same case with a slight different design, all right? You're going to get that same flimsy-ish material on the inside. You're going to get those same type of design. Now, the camera cutout is different on this one. Before, you had a little divider right here that divides both, but the camera is going to be a little bit different on this one, and you get a different design on the back. All right, you get that type of material. On the middle, it's more of a matte. On the bottom down here, it's kind of looking like a little bit of faux carbon fiber. Spigen branding right there. All right, so let's go ahead and pop the 22 Ultra in here. And here it is in the Rugged Armor, all right? So if that's what you want to rock with, the Rugged Armor, just give it a different type of look, then this is what you're going for, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that top, completely closed. You get that little design on the edges right here. It's a little bit different than what we've already reviewed before. Left side be completely closed, but they also have those grips just like the Liquid Air did, so that's good to see. Everything on the bottom, large cutout for the S Pen. Everything is fine right down there, no issues. Power button also textured just like the Liquid Air. Volume up and down, Very nice and tactile, no issues there when it comes to the button. And flipping it over on the back, it just has a little lip that goes all around the whole camera module, which is still good when you want to set the phone down. You don't got to worry about damaging those cameras or anything like that, all right? And let's go ahead and take a look at that late on the tail protection. You see you get those two lips right there on the top and the bottom, so you will be able to put this down face first and not have any issues. So let's go ahead and move to how the actual case fits on the phone. All right, so let's go ahead and do our pull and tug test here. Definitely more snug than the Liquid Air. I'll say that right offhand. This is going to be a lot more snug than that Liquid Air. Coming along the sides, definitely. You definitely have to grip this a little bit more and able to get this to pull from the sides, all right? Yeah, you're still gonna get a little bit of that bend. I'm gonna keep mentioning that because that's just the thing with this style cases. You'll see this change as we go into more heavy duty cases with Spigen, but that's just what that is. Come along the bottom, very, very firm as well. You get a little pull right there by that Type-C, but very firm on the top and bottom, and you know what to expect when it comes to the sides. So you already know what time it is. Now, when you're talking about popping this bad boy off, that has a nice fit. That has a nice fit. Yeah, you got to really kind of work with yourself to get this one off. So you're talking about a nice fit all the way around when it comes to this case right here. So it definitely has a nice fit to it. And how does it feel in your hands? Feels very good. Still get those grips on the side that you get with this case. Feels good. Definitely feels like you can grip this bad boy. Once again, this still maybe a little bit more protection than the other ones. Still keeps that very thin profile when you are talking about the rugged armor. And when you flip it over on the back right here, you don't got to worry about any fingerprints. You don't got to worry about any smudges, because this material right here really isn't going to show much over time. So nice material when it comes to this, all right? Putting down on the table, doing a little rocking test, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if you're a person who likes to text while the phone is down, you don't got to worry about any rocking with the rugged armor. The thing does not rock at all. Wireless charging, let's go ahead and bring it over here. Works just fine with wireless charging. All right, so here it is, man. This is going to be the rugged armor from Spigen for the S22 Ultra. Next up, let's go ahead and get into one of the OGs when it comes to Spigen, man, and this is going to be the Neo Hybrid. Love this case right here. This case has been around for a long time. You've seen this case on my channel plenty of times, but let's go ahead and get into it. Right offhand, you see they have back to the other design when it comes to the camera layout. Now, this is going to be a two-part case, all right? So you can see it kind of pulling apart right here. You don't have to take it apart to install it, all right? You don't got to take it apart to install it. It's just install it all as one piece, but this is a two-part case. This is basically it's almost like a Liquid Air right here on the outside that has a reinforced plastic frame that goes around it. That's the best way that I can install it, that I can actually say anything about this case. On the inside, you get that classic Spigen texture right there. And yeah, this is going to be probably their gunmetal color, which is black, and it's going to be a dark gray that goes all the way around it. But I'm pretty sure they have different color options that you can choose from. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this on, and yeah, here we go and get into the better protection now when it comes to the S22 Ultra. So let's go ahead and look at it. Here it is, man. This is going to be the Neo Hybrid right here for the S22 Ultra. This feels really good right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. On that top side, it is going to be completely closed with that little cutout for that mic. Completely closed on the left side, no grips, no anything. A little bit slippery because it's just that plastic, but it's not too bad. Getting to that S Pen, a little bit deeper in there this time because you're rocking with more protection. Still easy to get to. Cutouts still look very good. Power button, nice and textured like before. Volume up and down, nice and tactile, no issues. And looking at that back, they're already recessed in there because this is a little bit of a more of a thicker case. So you're really not really getting that much of a lip on the back, but they're recessed in there, like I said, because it is a thicker case. So you can put it down. Now putting it down, I don't think this is going to have any rock either. Yep. No rock on the top and bottom, so very nice flush fitting phone in the case if that's what you're rocking with. Now, take a look at that lay on tail protection. You can see it has those lips on the top and bottom, and with that, it feels very confident that you can put this phone down on the face and you'll definitely be good. It feels confident with those firm top and bottom lips. Now, speaking of that, let's go ahead and check out how it fits. Look at the top. I always say, pay attention to my thumb. You can't even make anything on the top budge. Super, super snug when you're talking about coming along the top. As the sides, even with it flexing, you got to really pull a lot for it to get it to flex. Even over here by the buttons, you got to really pull it hard. This case, even on the bottom down here, very firm. very, very tight fit when it comes to the Neo Hybrid. This is definitely my best fitting case so far for the S22 Ultra. And I knew that was going to happen, man, because this material that they use all the way around it is just a little bit thicker than the rest of them, which is going to hug the phone just a little bit more. And how does it snap on the phone? I mean, you have to, yeah, you kind of got to fight to get this off. And doesn't give you any crazy snap to let you know what's up there. But yeah, you have a nice snug fit. The tops are kind of snug on it. The way to get it off is definitely on the bottom. But once it's up there, it doesn't pop off easy by itself. It fits very, very well. So excellent feel, excellent fit when it comes to the Neo Hybrid. And how does this feel in your hand? And this is a little bit slippery, all right, because you're holding on directly to slippery, smooth plastic right here. So would have loved to see them incorporate some of the grips that they use for the rugged armor and the liquid air into this case, but it is what it is. That's never been Neo Hybrid's thing. This has always been their design. You don't got to worry about any fingerprints or anything in the back because you get that texture back, and it still, even with more protection, still keeps things thin. You're not really getting into the bulky things going on right now with Spigen when it comes to this case. So Neo Hybrid, definitely one of my favorites so far that we have talked about. Probably my favorite that we talked about. Of course, it's going to work just fine with wireless charging. So yep, here it is, man. Spigen Neo Hybrid. Definitely a GOAT right here. So next, let's go ahead and start and get into the clear case options. And these are if you want to show off the color of that S22 Ultra. All right, and we got to talk about the Spigen Ultra Hybrid. So let's go ahead first. Let's go ahead and reveal that clear. And let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Straight, transparent, clear. You already know what you're getting. You see the camera cut out here. Not really much to talk about. This is going to be the classic Ultra Hybrid from Spigen that we all know, all love when it comes to clear cases. All right, so let's go ahead and pop the S22 Ultra in here and let's go ahead and take a look. And just like I said, if you want to rock the clear case so you can show off the color of that S22 Ultra, especially if you got those Samsung exclusive colors. I'm hating on you if you got those, but yeah, this is it to use if you want to show off the color of your S22 Ultra. Love that beautiful burgundy. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at it. On the top side, you get your air cushion technology little sign to let you know what's going on in the corners, and you can see those little bubbles. That's going to be Spigen's air cushion technology right there. And on the left side, nothing going on there. Get a little bit of Spigen branding. Flipping it over on the bottom, cutouts are just fine. Getting to the S Pen is no issues as well. Even though it's clear, you get that rigid power button right there, that textured. Volume up and down feels good, and you just get a recessed camera in there. So laying it on the table, any rocking, little barely a little rock when it comes to the top, but nothing too bad right there. Now taking a look at the lay on the table protection, as you can see, it has that lip top and bottom. Nothing too much crazy when it comes on the side, so you can definitely sit it down on the face and be good to go there. Now, how does it fit on the phone? All right, now I'm pretty sure this fits very well because they usually always do. So on the top, you get a little bit of pull and tug right there when it comes to the top. All right, so a little bit right there. Coming along the sides, you got a little bit of give right there by that button. Nothing too terrible. Coming along the sides, pretty stiff on the sides. Down here on the bottom, stiff on the outside. Gives a little bit right there where that Type-C is. So when it comes to the fit of this is perfectly fine. Even on the side bending, it doesn't even give a lot on the sides. So that's a good sign right there. So nice fit when it comes to the Ultra Hybrid. And definitely when it's snapped on, kind of like the Neo Hybrid, you kind of got to fight it a little bit to get it off. But once it's popped on, this has a very nice, confident, snug fit when it comes to this case right here. All right, now how does it feel in your hands? You already know what it is, man. We're talking about clear cases. There is no grip on this bad boy, so she's gonna feel a little bit slippery in your hand, especially if you're a person who gets a lot of oils and grease on the hands. Might tend to be a little bit slippery. Doesn't add a bunch of bulk. All right, like I said, none of these cases really add a tons of bulk to it, and it's clear, so on the back you know you're prone to get smudges. You already know what it is. If you're a clear case lover, that's just something you got to deal with. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the wireless charging over here. Let's go ahead and drop it down on wireless charging. Of course, it's going to work just fine with wireless charging. So here it is, man. This is going to be the Ultra Hybrid from Spigen for the S22 Ultra. Now, I know tons of you going to come in here right now and ask me, yo, T, is it going to yellow over time? Look, I don't know. I'm not really a clear case person, but a lot of these clear cases say they have anti-yellowing technology. Whether they do, whether they don't, I don't know. I don't really use a bunch of clear cases. All right, so take that as you may, man. Do some reviews online, check on the website, see if they have that anti-yellowing coating, and then go about your business and rock out like that. But here it is, man. This is going to be the Ultra Hybrid for the S22 Ultra. All right, so real quick, no need to go over this case because we just did the Ultra Hybrid, but this is going to be the Ultra Hybrid S. All right, it's going to be the exact same case, just like the Ultra Hybrid, but this one has a kickstand built in. Very sturdy metal kickstand. So if you want to set your phone up like this, you can set your phone up, or if you want to lay it down, you can lay it down like this, horizontally, and do your thing and look at content just like that. So no need to go over this whole case. Like I said, this is going to be the Ultra Hybrid S. Very nice, sturdy metal kickstand. Nothing flimsy feeling here. This thing is sturdy. Has little magnet, so it closes. You're definitely good when it comes to that. So very nice job when it comes to this case with that kickstand, if that's your thing. I'm glad they gave a good sturdy kickstand. Drop it down on wireless charging just to check it real quick with that kickstand. Works just fine with wireless charging. So here it is, man. This is going to be the Ultra Hybrid S, giving you that option for that kickstand. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the Spigen Slim Armor CS, which CS stands for card slot. So if you're one of those people who like to have the all-in-one case, wallet, everything together, and this is one for you to check out. All right, so this case is built. It is a two-part case. As you see, you can remove it, but you don't need to remove it to install it. You see the camera layout here. You see that material up here, and this is going to be very smooth, kind of like the thin fit. As you can open it up, you have that texture, and then you get that Slim Armor branding right there. You have that little door and close it. Got that Spigen lining on the inside. All right, so let's go ahead and pop the S22 Ultra in here, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, so let's go ahead and go around the case. Actually, this is going to add a little bit of more bulk to your phone, so you already see that coming up. A little bit more on the bulky side, but it's not anything too terrible. So let's go ahead and check it out. On that top side, it's going to be completely closed, but the texture that you get on this is nothing like anything else that they've had so far. Very nice texture right here on that. On that left side, it's going to be completely closed. On that bottom side, as you can see, everything is closed as well. S Pen, very easy to get to. On that right side, just fine. Volume, up and down, power button. Not really rigid or textured, but they all feel tactile and feel good. And when it comes to those cameras, they are recessed down in there. And you already know nothing's going to bother that because you got this card hump. If you put it down, you don't got to worry about those cameras even touching anyway. And then when you're talking about rocking, I mean, you already know what it is just because of the design of the case. All right, so something that you got to think about right there. Now, let's take a look at the lay on tail protection. Almost forgot. Lay on tail protection. Look at that top. Look at that bottom. Everything is good. So if you want to pull it, you know, you got that little lip that goes on the top and bottom, putting down face first. You'll definitely be good to go with nothing to worry about when you're talking about face down. Now, let's go ahead and check out how this thing fits on the phone. Top, even though it gives a little bit, this is very stiff, thicker material right here. So you don't got to worry about this messing up over time. No easy bending when you're talking about the sides. Right there gives a little bit, but coming along the sides, very tight on the bottom, very stiff on both sides, loose a little bit right there in the middle. So typical fit when it comes to Spigen, but I like it because this is a very thick border, thick rubber that's used for this. And then when you're talking about popping it on, everything pops on with authority. You don't got to worry about anything messing up. Everything pops on, feels good, nice fit. Nothing to really worry about like that. Now, how does it feel in your hands? I like the way this will feel in your hands because right here, this side material is a little bit grippy. Spigen, incorporate this type of material on all of your cases that's rubber. It feels great. It feels grippy. So it definitely feels good in that manner. Like I said, the card slot is going to add a little bit of thickness. All right, so popping 2 cards in here. Let's slide 1. And this does hold up to 2 cards. Comfortable. You could probably put 3 up there, but it might start bowing out and looking crazy. But if you want just your phone, put your license, put your debit card, credit card in there, boom, go out for the night. No need to have a wallet. That's what this thing is for. So now let's go ahead and bring over testing out wireless charging. Now I do have the cards still in there. So let's go ahead and see if it works for wireless charging with the cards in here. So as you see, it doesn't work with the cards in here. So let's go ahead and see if we can take the cards out. And let's see if it works that way. So it works fine without the cards in here. So if you want to run this case at the end of the night, pop your cards out and you'll be good to put it on your wireless charging and go ahead and charge it like normal. But here it is. This is going to be the Spigen Armor CS for the S22 Ultra. So getting down to the last two, we got to go with the most protective, I think, cases that they offer. And here is going to be the Tough Armor from Spigen for the S22 Ultra. All right, this is going to be another two-part style case, but you don't have to take it apart. Classic Tough Armor protocol. You get the little plastic kickstand. I wish this kickstand was like, this thing is already crazy loose. Look, this kickstand ain't the deal right here. I feel like, yeah, just give us that other kickstand off the Ultra Hybrid S, all right? Two-part case. Looking on the inside, you see all of Spigen's shock absorption material. This is going to be their heavy-duty case. This is going to be the case that you want to rock in case you got the dropsies, all right? So let's go ahead and grab the S22 Ultra. Let's go ahead and pop it in here, all right? And let's go ahead and take a look. Tough Armor for the S22. So on that top side, completely closed, cut out for that mic right there. Left side, completely closed and smooth. Bottom side, everything is just fine. Pretty much easy to get to. On that right side, the buttons on the Tough Armor are a little bit different. As we have the mission, volume up and down button are flat, and the power button is flat but has texture. All right, so that's one thing that takes a little bit of getting used to when it comes to Tough Armor cases. A little bit different feeling when it comes to the buttons, but they do work fine. Just one thing that Tough Armor has always been doing with their cases. All right, now taking a look on the back side, you see those cameras are recessed. We don't even got to talk about anything. No rocking at all. Cameras recessed. Taking a look at that lay on tear protection, you see you got those two nice little lips on the top and the bottom, so you're definitely good when you're talking about putting this case down. Now, how does it fit on the phone right here? So, taking a look at that top, very snug material. You know, for the most part, it pulls a little bit, but it's very tight, very stiff material. Coming along the sides, you barely have any giving on the flex on the sides. Get a little bit of give by the buttons, but that's to be expected. Coming along the bottom, nothing. Coming along at the very bottom, stiff, and you get a little bit of give right there by that lightning. So overall, an amazing fit when it comes to this. And when this pops on, it pops on with authority. No issue at all when it comes to getting this case up here. Nice fit, nice snap on, everything is good. How does it feel in your hands? Like I said, this is going to be one of their more bulkier cases, all right? So when it's in your hands, it's going to put a little bit of thickness on it, but nothing too bad. Definitely feels like you have a little bit more hefty and weight to this, but once again, some people may tend to go with that. On the back, you see it does have that smooth black material, so that may show a little bit of fingerprints and different things like that over time, so it's something for you to keep in mind. And other than that, I mean, that's going to be the Tough Armor. I mean, you can try this kickstand out. Like I said, this kickstand is a little bit more flimsy when the phone isn't in there, but when the phone pops in there, it snugs up a little bit, but still overall flimsy. But if you want to use it, just be careful. It is plastic, so take it as like that. I suggest just using it in horizontal. Vertical, yeah, you're prone to pop it out. So just use this in horizontal, rock out, and be good. Wireless charging works just fine with the Tough Armor, even with the added thickness. Here it is, man, Spigen Tough Armor, one of the most protective cases that you're going to get for the Spigen lineup. All right, and last but not least, and the one that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably want to see is going to be the Spigen Cryo Armor, all right? And this is going to be an all-new case, and this is made for my gamers out there who need that kind of ventilation and different things like that. That's what's going on with these little cubes back here, man. It's going to be able to provide the airflow and the ventilation. If you're a diehard gamer, this is a case that could be potentially for you. So all new look right here. I've never seen this case before. Has a little bit of flex to it, but I mean, everything else is kind of plain Jane, but that material on the back, the way that looks on the back is just absolutely dope. Love the look of this case. Let's go ahead and pop it on. And let's take a look at this first time case right here from Spigen. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. This will look dope probably if you got that blue Samsung exclusive coming out. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So on that top side, it's going to be smooth. Cut out for that mic. Got a little bit of shock absorption. I'm pretty sure that's what's in those corners. Left side completely closed. Looking at the back, the bottom, everything is spot on. No issues there. Power button. Get a little texture on the power button, volume up and down. Everything is tight. They're real small, but they're very precise on this case. I like how they already made them small, but they're super tight feeling. So good job with the buttons. And when it comes to the back, they just have one big overall cutout, kind of giving you Note 20 Ultra vibes right there. So nice even cutout right there if you want to check out all of those cameras. And taking a look at that lay on tear protection, you see it has that lip on the top and on the bottom, so you'll be good when you're talking about sitting it face down. Now, how does it feel on the phone? All right, let's go ahead and talk about the fit. Not too snug up there, but it seems like it's pretty all right. On the sides, it will bend a little bit on the sides, so let's go ahead and make a note of that. Gives a little bit by that button. gives a little bit, and even on the bottom, it gives a little bit also. Personally, I would have liked for this case to be a little bit more rigid. Like, I feel like this is still a little bit more flexible for what this is, but I feel like I would have loved this case. It just looks like it would be a little bit more rigid and not really too much flimsy, but not a deal breaker. Still looks very solid. Definitely feel like you can get the job done. And how does it snap on the phone? Yeah, typical Spigen. Everything fits good. Nothing too tight, nothing too loose, nothing to worry about. So overall, very nice fit when it comes to this case. Now, how does it feel in your hand? Now, I do like the two little lines that they have right here. For some reason, that kind of breaks it up and makes you feel like the grip is pretty good. So I really like the way that feels in that manner. So gripping it actually feels pretty good. It doesn't feel too slippery, doesn't add that much bulk. I feel like the case is still overall thin because the S22 Ultra's profile is overall thin. And on the back of it, you don't got to worry about no fingerprints or anything like that. So I think overall, this is a nice little solid case. Dropping down on wireless charging works just fine with wireless charging. So here it is, man. This is going to be the Cryo armor from Spigen for the S22 Ultra. Definitely a unique design. I would love to see how this case evolves over time, but I would like for it to be a little bit more rigid, you know, just my opinion. But here it is, man. If you game a lot and you love Spigen, this could be the case for you right here. All right, so here are all the cases that we reviewed, man. We have the Thin Fit, the Liquid Air, the Rugged Armor, the Neo Hybrid, the Ultra Hybrid S, Tough Armor, Slim Armor CS, and the Cryo Armor. You already know the links to each and every one of these will be down in the description below. Hopefully this video helped you out to go out there and pick up a Spigen case, man. I'm Technically T. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn that bell on so you don't miss out on any of these future videos. But until next time, everyone be safe. Catch you on the next one. Later.